Okay, guys, I had the talk Motivating Your Mindset with Amanda Lawrence and Lola Amuah. I don't know if I really liked this class while I was taking it, but then when I went back and read my notes, I was like, hey, that's some good stuff that I need to be reading and reminding myself of. I love these, sorry, I say I love these trainings when I look my worst, but it's all good. Okay, so Lola started off and she gave this example, and I thought this was awesome. She gave the example of a water pump, okay? You got a water pump out in the middle of a field, and that's where you're gonna get your water. So she said, taking the example of the water pump, there are 6 different types of people that we're gonna encounter in this network marketing business, okay? Especially unique. Avery, shush. So, first one is the non-starter. This is the person that walks up to the... Stop.
I have a problem.
Avery?
I just need somebody to put my hair on.
No, look at me. Don't interrupt me. I'm recording myself right now. Remember, I said put them on, do your stuff. Thank you. Okay, so the non-starter is the one that sees the water pump and goes, are you serious? I have to do what? No, I am not going to stand there and pump that pump to get my water. Nope, not going to do it. Okay, that's the non-starter, the people that will not start in this business when you give them a task. Then you have the procrastinator who sees the water pump and goes, oh, okay, yeah, let me just go do this first before I gotta go do this, okay? That's the procrastinator. Then you have the giver-upper who tries to do it, is pumping, and it's not giving the results that she's wanting. So she just stops and says, this doesn't work. This just doesn't work. I'm not getting the results, this doesn't work. Okay? That's the giver-upper. Then you have the comparer. And the comparer is somebody who, when they go up to pump their water, they look around at all the other people pumping their water and they're like, well, he has bigger muscles than me. So, well, that's not fair because then he can pump his water faster and better. And that one over there, there's like 3 people pumping water over there. And so I'll never get to be like that because he's got 3 people over there. Okay? That's the comparer. We see that a lot in unique. Then you have the dropper. And the dropper is somebody who's like pumping their water and they're like, all right, I've got like 5 buckets full of water. I can just lay back and not pump for a few days now and I'll just be fine. No, because then all of a sudden he's out of water and then he needs to go back and it's like now he's trying to play catch up, right? So that's the person who builds their team, and then it gets so big and goes, oh, well, my team's pretty big right now. It's big enough, so I'm good. That's the dropper. And then the other one is the pumper. And the pumper, do not speak to me. Do not speak to me. You obviously are not listening. You get yourself water. See, we're talking about water. No, you go get yourself water. She's 6 years old. This shouldn't be an issue. The pumper is the one that says, I am set. I've got my pump. I'm going to get my water. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep on going because that's what I need to do to get my water. Okay? We want to be the pumper. We want to be the pumper that does the actions, consistently does it, and just keeps on pumping. Okay? I liked that. Then there was a quote by Jim Rohn that they said, success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Okay? Consistently applying the basic fundamentals. Those are the basic, boring tasks that we do over and over that we're like, ugh, do I really need to friend request that many people every day? Do I really need to send the opportunity to that many people? Do I really need to have this many parties? Do I really need to send out these many messages? Do I really need to post 1 to 3 times a day? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Do I really need to follow up by messaging? Yes, you do. Right? Okay. And then mindset, things that you need to focus on. Saying, I can and I will. And they made us stand up and yell it. I can and I will. Energy creates action. And she gave the example of somebody that's getting ready for a boxing match, right? They're out there, they're bouncing around, they're getting themselves all psyched up. Why? Because energy creates action. They're building up the energy and the momentum that they need to go through the match. Okay, get yourself fired up. She recommended getting, and then all the rest of this is from Amanda Lawrence. She recommended getting a gratitude journal and having it sitting at your nightstand so that at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you grab your gratitude journal and you just quickly, it could just be listing 3 things that you are grateful for from the day. It helps you jump out of bed with a purpose and helps you be intentional with thinking about the positive, not intentional about the negative. So sitting there and having to say, what are 3 things I'm grateful for? You're telling your mind to focus on the positive. Success will begin and end with intentionally believing in yourself and what you are capable of. I talked to some of my girls about this, where if you sit there and you're like, I'm gonna do it, in the back of your mind, that little voice goes, well, I mean, you might not, but give it your best. That just completely took away what you just said. I'm gonna do it. If your voice in the back is saying, well, I mean, there's a possibility that you might not, then you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. That's the energy you're putting out there. It's not gonna happen. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. So it's mindset. And what you think about comes about. And what you focus on expands. Okay? So if you're focusing on a good thing and a positive thing, it's gonna expand. Same thing goes with if it's negative. You have to rewire your mind for success. It takes 21 days to create a new habit. Okay? 21 days to create a new habit. And then it takes 90 days for creating a solid habit. And then it takes 7 years total to completely change your mind. So one thing that she posed was, what are you going to start telling yourself today to change your habits? Because 7 years is going to pass by anyway. So you might as well start something now so that in that 7 years that's going to happen anyways, you're benefiting from it. Okay? Goal setting. She said, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Set your goals and be obsessed about achieving them. Your goals should make yourself and others uncomfortable, and tell everyone about your goals. Tell everyone. She said, it was so funny. She's like, I would tell everybody. She goes, I'd be walking my kids to school. I'd be crossing the crosswalk and I'd say, hey, Mr. Whatever, I'm gonna be black status by November. Yep, gonna be black status. And just keep on walking. She's like, people thought I was probably crazy, but I just told whoever I could tell, and I would say it out loud, because you're putting it out there and you're holding yourself accountable. Talk about it. Talk about your goals as if you have already achieved them. And where do you want to be? Know where you want to be and talk about them as if you're there. Okay? Take action. So you need to know, what's your game plan? And what action are you committed to doing daily? What is your mantra for success? Does your action match up with your goals? And and then she said, basically, she's like, do you want green status with yellow status action? Right? So do I want black status with green status action? That's never going to work. It's never going to happen. We're paid to read books and grow ourselves. That's what we do in this business. If you're not doing personal development, and if you're scoffing at the fact that I just said personal development, that term, then you need to get that out of your head, because that's kind of what I thought at the beginning. And I was like, I don't have time to read personal development. You guys, seriously, get over yourselves. Read something, anything. Watch YouTube videos, have it playing in the background if you can't sit down and actually read a book. But seriously, you are going to get paid more through Unique because you're growing yourself through personal development, and it's going to help your business. So true. So true. And then what is your mantra for success? So she said it starts with your vision. So success comes after you know your vision and you know your why. always know your why and have it at the forefront of what you're doing. With vision comes desire, and with desire comes drive. So what are you wanting from this, right? What are you wanting? And then when you're thinking about your vision for success, think about things like, what does it look like? What does it feel like? And then what is it going to do for you? And then the last part is she has 8 different steps on owning it. She says, own it. Speak it out loud. Own it as your own. Tell everyone. Carry yourself like you've already achieved it. Talk about it like it's happened already. Faith it till you make it. Not fake it till you make it. Faith it. Just put it out there and say, it's going to happen because I have faith that it's going to. Shop for your dream house. You guys ever heard people do that? It's so true. Go look at model homes. Go look at your dream home to know what you're working for, or go test drive your dream car. That will put it into reality, right? That was it.